Good afternoon, and thank you for taking the time to interview me and speak with me. The first question is, what drew you to the early childhood profession? One of the biggest reasons I chose the childhood profession is because I believe the experiences children have during their first few years of life can have a lasting impact on who they become. I have always enjoyed working with children, but I also continued my education. I realized that being an childhood educator is much more than teaching colors, letters, and numbers. It is about helping children build confidence, curiosity, communication skills, and positive relationships that will support them throughout their lives. As I've progressed through the bachelor's program in early childhood education studies at Walden University, my understanding of child development has grown tremendously. I have learned how important it is to provide developmentally appropriate learning experiences that recognize every child develops at their own pace. Children come from different family backgrounds, cultures, and life experiences. So it is important to create an environment where everyone feels respected, included, and valued. Another reason I chose this profession is because I enjoy building strong relationships with families. Families are children's first teachers, and I believe educators and families are the most successful when they work together. While open communication, trust, mutual respect help create consistency between home and school, which supports children's overall growth and development. Throughout my coursework, I have also developed a passion for advocacy. Every child deserves access to a high quality early childhood education, regardless of their abilities, income level, language, or background. Learning about inclusion, equity, equality, and the NAEYC Code of Ethical Conduct has strengthened my commitment to become an educator who not only teaches children but also advocates for their rights and well-being. Looking ahead, I want to continue learning through professional development, collaboration with colleagues, and reflective practice. My goal is to create classrooms which children feel safe, families feel welcomed, and every child has opportunities to succeed. Knowing I can make a positive difference in children's lives is what continues to inspire me to pursue this profession. Question number 2. What do you consider to be your chief responsibility as a early childhood professional? I believe my greatest responsibility as an early childhood professional is to provide a safe, supportive, welcoming, engaging learning environment where every child has the opportunity to grow academically, socially, emotionally, and physically. Children learn best when they feel secure and valued, so creating positive relationships is one of the most important parts of my role. Another responsibility is planning developmentally appropriate learning experiences that meet the needs of every child. Not every child learns the same way or at the same pace. So I believe it is important to observe children regularly, assess their progress, and adjust instruction based on their strengths and needs. By doing this, I can help children reach important developmental milestones while encouraging curiosity and independence. I also believe communication with families is a major responsibility. Families know that their children better than anyone else, so I want them to feel valued partners in their child's education. Regular communication through conferences, daily conversations, newsletters, or digital communication helps build trust and allows educators and families to work together towards a common goal. Also allowing them in the classroom at any time of the day, whenever they want to pop in and say hey, if they want to volunteer in the classroom, that is always a way to build that communication and trust in the classroom. Professionalism is another important responsibility. This includes following ethical standards, respecting confidentiality, participating in professional development, and remaining informed about current research and best practices in early childhood education. The field is always evolving, so continuing to learn helps ensure children receive the highest quality education possible. Finally, I believe advocacy is a part of my responsibility as an educator. Early childhood education professionals have a voice that influence policies and practices that affect children and families, whether advocating for inclusive classrooms, increased access to quality education, or additional family resources. Educators have an obligation to support positive outcomes for all children. Question number 3. What is the role of collaboration in professional practice? Address collaboration with other professionals as well as families. Collaboration is one of the most important parts of being an effective early childhood education professional because no one person can meet every child's needs alone. Children benefit the most when educators, family, administrators, and specialists work together towards a shared goal. Collaboration begins with families. Parents and caregivers are children's first teachers and have valued knowledge about their child's personality, strengths, interests, and needs. Building strong partnerships through communication help create consistency between home and school. I believe families should always feel respected, welcome, and involved in their child's education. Even small conversations during drop-off and pickup can strengthen those relationships. Collaboration also involves working with other professionals. Teachers frequently work alongside administrators, speech-language pathologists, occupational therapists, counselors, psychologists, and special education staff. Each professional brings unique knowledge and expertise that supports children's development. By sharing observations and ideas, the team can develop strategies that best meet the child's needs. During my coursework, I have learned that collaboration also includes respecting diverse perspectives. Every family has different values, cultures, traditions, and experiences. Effective collaboration requires active listening, empathy, and a willingness to learn from others, and also welcoming all those different cultures and traditions into your classroom and allowing other families to show children their cultures and traditions. Collaboration also supports professional growth. Working with colleagues allows educators to exchange ideas, solve problems together, learn new instructional strategies. I believe strong professional relationships create stronger educational environments for children. Ultimately, a collaboration creates a support system that benefits everyone involved. When families and professionals communicate effectively and work towards common goals, children experience greater success academically, socially, and emotionally. What strategies do you routinely utilize to ensure that you are critically reflecting on your own growth as an early childhood professional? I believe reflection is one of the most valuable tools as an early childhood professional can use because it allows us to continually improve our teaching skills. Reflection helps identify strengths while also recognizing areas where growth is needed. One strategy I use is evaluating my lessons after they are completed. I think about what worked well, what children responded to, what I can improve the next time. Children's engagement often provides valuable feedback about whether an activity met their developmental needs. Another strategy is seeking feedback from colleagues, supervisors, and families. Receiving different perspectives help me recognize things I may overlook on my own. I value constructive feedback because it allows me to become a stronger educator and continuously improve my practice. Professional development is another part of reflection through my coursework. At Walden University, I have learned about the current research, developmental appropriate practices, inclusive education, and family partnerships. I plan to continue attending workshops, completing additional training, and staying informed about changes within the field throughout my career. I also reflect by reviewing the NAEYC Code of Ethical Conduct and Professional Standards. These standards remind me to maintain professionalism, advocate for children, build respectful relationships, and provide equitable learning experience opportunities for each child. Finally, I believe reflection requires honesty. No educator is perfect, and there is always room to grow. By maintaining a growth mindset, asking questions, and learning from both successes and challenges, I continue to become more effective in the childhood profession. Number 5, briefly describe an issue that might the focus of current or future advocacy efforts and explain why advocacy is a hallmark of professionalism in the childhood education field. One issue I believe deserves continued advocacy is ensuring all children have equal access to high quality education. Unfortunately, many families still face barriers such as limited programmability, financial challenges, staffing shortages, or limited access to the specialized services for children with disabilities. Every child deserves an opportunity to learn in environments that are safe, inclusive, and developmentally appropriate. High quality early learning experiences can positively influence children's academic achievement, social development, and long term success. When children receive strong support in life, they are better prepared for kindergarten and future learning. Advocacy is a hallmark of professionalism because early childhood educators have firsthand knowledge of children's needs. We work directly with children and families every day, giving us valuable insight into the challenges they face. Professional educators have a responsibility to use their knowledge to support positive change within schools, communities, and public policies. Advocacy can happen in many different ways. It may involve helping families access community resources, supporting inclusive practices, educating families about child development, participating in professional organizations, or speaking with policymakers about the importance of early childhood education. Throughout my coursework, I have learned that advocacy extends beyond the classroom. It involves promoting equality, respecting diversity, supporting families, and ensuring every child has the opportunity to succeed regardless of their background or abilities. As an early educational professional, I hope to be an advocate who can not only teaches children, but also works to improve the systems that support them. I believe advocating for children, families, and the profession is one of the most meaningful responsibilities educators have, and it reflects the commitment to an ethical professional practice that defines the early childhood field. If you don't have any more questions, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to have this interview with you.